I'm proud to present this when I've worked with a lot of operators all over the world now, and I see a common mistakes a lot of new/experienced operators make in their Airbnb business. So guys, again, look, my channel is all about learning. If you're really passionate about learning about short-term rental properties, I physically get to share this, not just my experience, collectively experience with operators I've worked with all over the world over the years, and in this video I want to share you some of the mistakes that I've seen a lot of operators making, which is costing them money, costing them deals, and eventually not enjoying the business of short-term rentals. So guys, if you're new to this channel, please make sure you hit that like, subscribe and share, and let's crack on with today's video. So before you obviously start investing on any kind of business, really, not just short-term rental business, I think a lot of people forget to sit down and understand and evaluate the market, the business itself. They invest in kind of this security side of things, because at the end of the day, look, you guys are taking risk, right? Because a business is a risk. It's an investment that you're making, and eventually what a lot of people think is going, oh well, actually I've got a unit, that's fine, I'm going to go and crack on with just making money now. No, actually it doesn't work that way. But also about thinking about consumers' need. Again, something that I want to really get into as detailed today is a lot of time I speak to different operators just sitting down and going, Piers, I've got this property, and I'm like, who's your ideal guest? And they're like, oh yeah, I've got this industrial area next to this place that potentially, or I've got an airport that's very close to my my property. And I'm like, okay, well, but then are you looking to do one night stay? Because if somebody's close to airport, people are going to do like a late night flight or early morning flight. They only need one night stay. They don't need 2 nights stay. So who's your ideal kind of guest, like consumer? So understanding that's quite important. So look, something that I'm going to touch base on that today a lot more. And look, at the end of the day, listening to what your consumer, your end user has to say. Look, again, working with different people all over the world, one of the things a lot of time people forget is to understand and listen to their end users. Because one of the things business works in, look, I say that to all my clients, the only time you're going to get paid money is when your guest is going to be happy or the guest wants to stay in your property. So guys, let's crack on to some of the details, but I kind of wanted to give you an overview of what we're going to cover in the future part of the video. But for now, let's make sure I share you some screen. I'll touch base like maybe 3 or 4 points first, and we'll explain much more detail on why and how you can prevent them. Now let's get to the screen and start sharing you some of the mistake that a lot of vacation rental and short-term rental property owners make. So as you can see from our screen right now, look, mistakes for short-term rental operators. The first one I want to talk about right now is treating the rental business like interest and not business. So look, over the years, I've seen a lot of people, creating amazing short-term rental business, but also I've seen a lot of people giving up their short-term rental business. But also I've seen a lot of people who's got one unit and never been able to go and move on to other units, because what's happened there is they've obviously had a passion to go and, or not a passion, but a reality of going, I want to start a business, started it. But it was more of, oh yeah, I wanted to start a business. I didn't know what I was doing, which, by the way, my channel is all about that. I'm giving as much as information to people to go and learn about it and actually go and improve their business. But at the same time, you cannot make this as an interest. It's got to be a business. It's got to be around system. It's got to be about creating more people in the business. One of the things I'm heavy about in my business, right, Better Than Hotel, Grow Airbnb, Property, I've got a team of 17 people, and today we're sitting down individually actioning stuff in the business that at one point I would do on my own, right? So that 17 people today, everyone does, the task that they do currently every day is what I do or what I used to do in the business before on my own. So going back to just making sure that you don't make that mistake when you first start, you've got to put those hours in. Doesn't matter if it's one property, doesn't matter you scale to 10, you've got to make sure you treat it as a business. The reality is, look, it's difficult that, when you're starting a business, this is what I would say. Let's again go back to the screen and let's talk about the mistake number 2. It is market assumption. Now, look, let's have a chat regarding market assumption. I'm a big fan of people coming to me going, Piers, you know what, like, yeah, you talk about building a brand, you talk about getting this long-term booking. Does the market even know, like, does the market even need it? And what my biggest question is, right, why are you assuming a market that you've never tried before, firstly? And secondly, you've not even taken an action to create opportunities to place yourself in those markets, to attract you those kind of bookings, or, you know, a due diligence side. For example, I get loads of people messaging me going, Piers, actually, you know, I've taken on this unit, you know, and it's not working for me. And I'm like, okay, well, what kind of due diligence did you do? What kind of market assumptions are you doing? And it's like with every business, you know, a lot of time there's just enough data to go and actually look at somebody else's Airbnb listing, but it doesn't, you know, if you don't understand how to read their listing in terms of their calendar, what kind of management strategy do they have, you're just making an assumption to say, oh yeah, you know what, it's not working. It's not because I've listed on OTA and, you know, I'm not getting bookings, or it's quiet because, you know, the market's quiet. And one of the things I've always said to myself is we will try every single opportunity for our clients to get them seen in the market, right? So I'm a big fan. Like, you know, I think one thing we've learned from the elite in the world is they create their own market. They really do. And then once they create their own market, they then decide how the market will be attracted to them. So another mistake I've commonly seen with a lot of operators, people I've worked with and people I haven't worked with, is that just they make market assumptions about the market itself. Every business has a story, and I think it's fair to say my company is better than hotel, you know, Grow Airbnb, Property. They all came back to one thing about how passion led, or how passionate I was in the short-term rental industry, the property market. You know, bit of marketing and advertising. I'm trying to mix everything that I really love doing, put together to give the market something that everyone needs, right? And one of the biggest mistake, again, I want to show you from my screen, is, look, make it the passion and not an escape. Right. Now let's have a chat regarding this, because, look, a lot of different videos I've done, I've kind of made a point around why, and especially my client interviews and stuff, where a lot of time people come in short-term rental or Airbnb business as a way to escape their, you know, work life and, you know, replace their income and eventually start a business, which is all great and that, till they find out that they're not passionate about the industry, they don't like serving guests or check-ins and check-outs. One of the recent video we've been doing around is quantity booking versus quality booking, right? Because the quality booking is what's going to make you passionate about the industry. The quantity booking is going to make you potentially just an escape, because you just want to, like, yes, I'm getting bookings, yes, every few days you're getting an alert going, oh, you've got a booking from Airbnb, but reality is you're just trying to make an escape from what you're trying to achieve. And then eventually what's going to happen is, yes, you'll have this property business which is going to make money, is needing a lot of attention, but you will still have what you call the job that you never wanted to leave, or you wanted to leave but you can't, because it was a passion-led business when you started a short-term rental. It was just an escape into an industry. Look, again, it's my experience, because working with so many people, you know, I get to ask them questions like, why did you start this? Or, you know, what's your end goal? And, you know, most of the time I'm getting the same answer again, going, Piers, you know, it's the entry-level investment opportunity in property, and which is great. But at the same time, when your property is not making any money, it's not an entry-level investment, because now it's costing you money, right? So, so the biggest mistake I personally think, again, is people don't make it a passion. It does, you know, to go, yes, I want to create something very special. I've got a handful of clients today I can remember, I know that I can go back into their business and look at some of the things they've done. They're very passionate to what they want to do in their investment area, how they want to grow, what kind of marketing and branding strategy they're achieving with landlords to grow their portfolio as well. It's not just about growing bookings, right? How do you go about getting more deals without worrying about how do you go about picking and choosing the deals you want, right? Because you're so confident about your business and so passionate about your business. So yeah, another thing that I wanted to touch base on today. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this another Grow Your B&B video. Again, for me, it's all about just sharing my experience in this channel. I remember doing my first video, you know, it was just to give people, again, the knowledge. I didn't know how many people would like to watch this. Today, stats says that we've got more people in the US market watching our videos. And eventually we're working with people from all over the world, and we like to showcase that your business of Airbnb doesn't have to be, oh, hey, pick up a property, let's list it on Airbnb. How about creating an advertising strategy? How about creating a funnel? How about creating a system in direct booking? How about thinking that your website is not the only place you're going to get, your direct booking? There's many other platforms you can advertise to convert it into your funnel, as well as go into your Google, and all this kind of stuff is what we do in Grow Your B&B. And guys, look, in this channel, I've got probably over hundreds and hundreds of video, direct bookings, strategies on Airbnb, booking.com, my client interviews, my client success. We're working with over, just over this, I think we're sitting around 2,200 properties all over the world in the last few years, and we're still growing. Our goal is to just make people understand that there's a lot more than just picking up a property and picking up the keys. So guys, I hope you enjoyed another Grow Your B&B video. Please make sure you hit that like, subscribe and share, and I'll be back with another video soon.